The website is a reflection of the brand. Good morning, everyone, and welcome once again to the User Experience Analysis with IRG Web Analytics. In today's video, we will analyze the website of the Mobile World Congress, the world's most important tech fair held in Barcelona. Will the website live up to its technology? Since this website contains a lot of information, we will focus on the areas most visited by users, which are the homepage, the speakers page, and finally, the event agenda. Let's get started. When entering to the homepage of the Mobile World Congress, we see that there are two overlapping navigation bars without a clear visual distinction between them. This can cause confusion between the users. What's the difference? Which one should I use? I believe it would be clearer to unify everything into a single bar, don't you think? For example, the Press Zone and Get Involved options could be integrated into the Attend section. Then, the Exhibitor Resources option would fit within the Exhibitors section. And finally, the Login could be presented as a button next to the navigation bar, rather than mixed with the other elements. Another detail to mention is that the bypass button appears twice. Since it has good contrast and visibility in both locations, this redundancy doesn't seem necessary. Now, if we hover over each menu option, a drop-down box appears with a description on the left and a sub-options on the right. Firstly, I think it's positive that there is a brief description within the drop-down, as it helps provide context for the user. However, the background of this description should be lighter to contrast better with the website's background. Secondly, the distribution of the sub-options could be improved. For example, in sections like Exhibitors, the column of sub-options appears centered and too far from the description. Aligning it to the left would create a more natural reading experience. If we analyze the central part of the website, we can see that the title is well designed and has good contrast. Additionally, the proper use of bold text and font sizes helps to structure the information effectively. As we scroll down, we see an endless stream of information appearing. As a result, there is a lack of an index that guides the user, shows which sections they are about to see while scrolling, and allows them to navigate directly to any section of interest. Ideally, this index should be a fixed bar that stays with the user as they move down to the page. This would make the navigation more intuitive and fluid. Lastly, I would like to highlight that each section has a distinct color change, which makes it easier to identify different content blocks and enhances the user experience. After analyzing the homepage, we now move on the speaker's interface. The first thing we find when entering is a title followed by a bar with 4 buttons. The first 2 buttons redirect within the same page, while the last 2 take the user to a new page. This lack of navigation consistency can be confusing, as the user is unsure what to expect when clicking each option. Additionally, since both external pages contain very little information, they could be integrated into the same page as 2 separate sections. Another issue in this structure is that the first 2 buttons lead to the exact same point on the page, making one of them completely unnecessary. Another aspect that needs improvement is the interactivity of the images in the Keynotes section. Currently, speaker photos in this section are not clickable, while those in the full list section are. To maintain consistency and improve the browsing experience, all images should be clickable and redirect to the corresponding speaker's information. Finally, if we look at the individual speaker profiles, we notice another inconsistency. Some speakers have a description, while others do not. This creates an uneven user experience and makes the page feel incomplete or poorly managed. To avoid this, the Mobile World Congress should ensure that all speakers have a description that provides context about their profile and participation in the event. Moving on to the next page, let's analyze the agenda, as it is likely one of the most visited and frequently used sections. Upon entering, we see that the agenda is organized into 4 tabs, one for each day of the event. This layout, along with the highlighted current date, is a great example of clarity and usability, allowing for intuitive navigation between days. Additionally, the inclusion of a filter section is a great feature, as it helps users find the specific events without having to scroll through the entire agenda. One aspect that could be improved is the excessive use of highlighting. On this page, both topics and venues are highlighted with different background colors, which reduces visual impact and makes it harder to establish a clear hierarchy of information. To improve readability, it would be better to highlight only one of these elements. Now, if we enter a specific event, we see that it includes a navigation bar, which is an excellent usability feature and, in fact, something that is missing in many other pages of the Mobile World Congress website. However, the design of this section is poorly scaled, as the images of speakers and moderators are too large, forcing users to scroll excessively before reaching key event details such as the description. To improve this, the images could be significantly reduced in size, or the page layout could be adjusted so that the description appears first. Finally, if we navigate to a speaker's profile from an event, we encounter a navigation error, as the navigation bar incorrectly shows that we came from the speaker's page when we actually came from a specific event. As a result, returning to the previous event requires restarting the process from the home page or using the browser's back button, which is neither optimal nor user-friendly. With this final issue, we finalize the user experience analysis of the Mobile World Congress website. Among the main problems identified, we find inconsistency in the navigation bar, absence of a back button, visual and structural overload, redundant buttons, and finally, the lack of an index to guide users and minimize unnecessary scrolling. Overall, while the Mobile World Congress website achieves an attractive and tech-forward aesthetic, there are many opportunities for improvement to enhance the user experience. Before wrapping up, let me know in the comments which website you would like me to analyze in the next video. Remember, your website is a reflection of your brand. If you would like a consultation, feel free to reach out to IRG Web Analytics, where we provide a comprehensive analysis of your website along with improvement proposals and implementation strategies. Thank you and see you in the next video.